Divas. Hey, I'm still putting together my stash of different colors of beads and special drills, and so that I can work with them on another project. Well, lots of different projects, and I want to continue our talk today about my friend Fear. Let's catch up on something first. School is almost out, and I am very eager for my grandkids to be able to be out and about, be out running around and playing outside, riding their bikes, and just having a grand old time outside. Oops, some of these are more purple. Well, I expected that, didn't I? Yeah. Maybe I should have done these a few at a time. I don't know. It's more teal. Teal. They look like a mermaid. I'm putting them on one side. And I'll do them afterward. Like seafoam and teal. And I have light blue in the middle here somewhere. And the dark blues, the purpley blues up there. And these are dark teal and light teal. Anyway, do you have any plans to go anywhere this summer? Maybe you do. It would be fun. We have a cabin in the Poconos that we can, it's a family cabin that we can borrow for a week or two. We have a family place down at Cape May, the Jersey Shore, that we can go. That's a light blue. It should be on the last one. Blue purple. That we can share some family time at. We have someone in a nearby town, one of our cousins, has a place that's near a band shell, where in July we listen to fireworks go off, watch the fireworks go off, and we listen to bands. But there's still a band around here that loves to do the John Philip Sousa and the marching bands and that kind of thing. Oh, it's so much fun listening to them and all the patriotic music that comes with that. Oh, it's so nice. Makes a very wonderful 4th of July. So that's what we do most of the summer. I'd like to say that we camp like my family used to do when I was little, but that's not the case. I didn't get to take my own kids camping like I would have loved to. You know, I just never saved for it, and I keep saying that we didn't have the money for it, and there were years that one of us was laid off and we didn't have an income. That's true. And there were years that we were catching up from that, but there were also years that we really could have. If we saved our round to its, so to speak, we would have been able to at least go to, someplace close. Now, we've taken them on day trips to museums, fun museums, and we give the Franklin Institute, gone to Natural Science, we've gone to Washington, D.C., we've driven to Florida, and I realize that just saying that marks me as someone of privilege anyway. I didn't feel that I took my kids as many places as my parents were able to take me, but they were better. They used their money better than my husband and I did, and again, that's partly my fault. Notice I like to blame myself for things. Do you do that? Anyway, yeah. Get to know me, that's one of the things I do. And I don't want to sound like Eeyore. Honestly, I am not an Eeyore person. I am a happy, bubbly person most of the time. Even with depression, I usually don't let people see this side of me. You're getting a side of me that I don't show to a lot of people. And I hope you feel you don't feel pressured to get me happier or whatever, because it's just the way it is. Now, I'm on really good meds right now, and they're helping me, or else I wouldn't even be able to get up on the YouTube. I don't even know why I'm spilling this much of my guts for you. I'm hoping that you're feeling close to me as I'm feeling close to you. That I'm doing it basically so that if anybody else is out there feeling the same way, that you don't feel alone. I don't want anybody to feel alone in what they're feeling, whether you know why you're feeling that way or not. Because a lot of times we have no clue why we're feeling a certain way. And speaking of feelings, as I'm going through this, I want to read a little bit more and talk about the book My Friend Fear, and in using some of the advice that's in there. Because I've really found camaraderie with that. I have really found... Oh, that's black. No, it's a very, very dark blue. Ooh, okay. Medium, you're dark, you're bright, you're light, you're teal, medium, light, teal, light, dark. Empty baggie, yay! Empty baggies mean progress, people. Anyway, yeah. So let me read, before I forget, let me read that page of, the next page of My Friend Fear. By Mira Lee Patel. Look at her watercolor drawing. Isn't it beautiful? This is the page we're on. Do you feel free? We were talking last time about how she says the fears can break open and have lots of blessings inside for us. And, oh, here's something to do. Close your eyes and imagine yourself floating down a quiet stream. The water feels cool and familiar, like it was made to gently support your body. Wildlife shimmers and sways around you. Birds flutter and butterflies join them. Clouds make their way across the sky like they were meant to. There's nothing for you to do but float. I belong here, you think to yourself. Wow. That would be such a feeling. Have you ever gone inner tubing or river rafting? Where all you have to do is sit your fanny in the inner tube or on the raft and just let it glide down the river. There's a place around here, a couple hours away, that it's like tubing down the Delaware River. It was so much fun. A friend and I had a canoe. A lot of them had tubes, that kind of thing. And it was a hot day. But it was such a wonderful feeling, just floating. And we didn't go on the place that has any kind of rapids or anything. We just floated down the river. Here it says, close your eyes and imagine yourself floating down a quiet stream. Feel that. Feel the sun on your face. Feel the cool water around your body. Feel yourself on a raft or in an inner tube, the rubber behind you. Your body glistening in the warmth after a cold winter and a damp spring. And maybe some iced tea in your hand. Ice cold ice cubes and iced tea. Wouldn't that feel just awesome? Letting your body float. Just float. The water feels cool and familiar, like it was made to gently support your body. Yeah, water lifts you up and buoys you and almost holds you above the water. I was never one of those who could float on the top of the water because my fanny always pulled me down. But yeah, but what a feeling. Wildlife shimmers and sways around you when you're underneath the shade of a tree on the river, and you see the flecks of sun. As the breeze moves the leaves around, you see the flecks of light around you. It's dazzling, like gems on the water. Birds flutter and butterflies join them. They jump from branch to branch. They skitter, squirrels and chipmunks skitter down a tree branch. Dragonflies float among the milkweed pods on the shore. Bullfrogs romp from the shore. Ducks float by. An eagle soars above your heads. Lots of robins and blue jays and orioles and red-winged blackbirds and mockingbirds, all singing their songs to you from the tops of the trees as you float down the stream. Just enjoying the beauty of a breezy day. Clouds make their way across the sky like they were meant to. You lay there in the clearing of the river and you look up and you see the clouds dance across the sky. The wind blows them slowly and they change shape. Sometimes they might look like a favorite toy from childhood, or an animal, or something very familiar to you. They look like they're full of cotton fluff, but you know it's more like fog that you walk through. But up in the sky, they look puffy as the sun reflects off of them, and they change shape with the wind. And you're on vacation, so nothing else can bother you. You have no responsibilities except for yourself. You're holding the hand of someone you love who's floating beside you. There's nothing for you to do but float. I belong here, you think to yourself. Wow, what a place to belong. What a place to belong. Wow. Some of my other favorite vacation places. Let's continue to talk about that because that's fun. Well, as a child, we went to see relatives in Ohio. I've gone to Columbus, Ohio a couple times. I've gone to Cleveland, Ohio as an adult a couple times. As a child, we went down to Disney World. We took my kids down to Disney World too. They were a little older than I would have liked them to be, but we got there. And as we were driving along, we drove down from Pennsylvania, so as we were driving along, we're getting close to, we're in Florida, and we're trying to find out where our hotel, which route to get on to get to our motel for the evening. And the window was open, and we're just having a wonderful time. And I had the map out. This is like right at the cusp of GPSs. They were out yet, but we didn't have one yet. And I had the map opened on my lap. I was in the passenger side, and I was telling my husband, okay, this is where we go, this place, that place, this intersection, and we'll be this far from where we need to be when we're at this place, and that kind of thing. And the map pulls itself out the window. It flies out of the window. I'm like, oh no, how do we figure out where we're going? So, I am not allowed to live that one down. And I let the map fly out the window. So when we travel somewhere, when we used to with the kids, they used to say, Mom, I think I see your map on the side of the road here or there. Oh, well, yeah, too funny. Maybe it's a you had to be there type thing, but that was hilarious. Oh, yeah. So, I'm going to start with the dark blues here. Go to the light blues before I go into the teals. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go dark, bright, no, dark, medium, bright, light, then teal. That's the way I'd like to do it, and let's see if it works that way. Alright, lift the lid. Take some lids off here. Yeah. Other places I've been to as a child, we had a travel camper, a wheel camper, one that pops up. And my dad was a teacher, so he had the whole month of July off every year. He was in the Navy, so he'd save up his weekend warrior pay, and that's what we would use to camp. And my parents are very frugal. And we would be away for the whole month of July. I've seen fireworks in the neatest places. On a dock in the Thousand Islands, Canada. And we went by the next day to see that dock. We passed the dock. And it was the most rickety, decrepit piece of wood you'd ever want to see. And we're like, we stood on that last night? Oh my gosh. Oh, it was awful. Yeah. Now let's see, this one should go there. Little ones. This is more of a medium bright. Oh, it's a dark one. Is it a cabochon or is that... Let's see what it is. Oh, it's an oval. I got some oval in here. Alrighty then. These are super dark. These are super dark. We've seen, it's like a medium. Well, I've seen the Statue of Liberty in Ellis Island. We've seen Maine, New England. We've gone down to, like I said, Florida. We never went to the deep south, though. I would have liked to have done that. I would have liked that very much, but maybe my husband and I will be able to go. What else? I've been to Mount Rushmore, to Yellowstone, to Grand Canyon, Tucson, San Francisco, LA a couple times. Where else? We drove from the upper coast of, yeah, my mind's wandering. I can't concentrate on this stuff. We went from San Francisco and traveled Route 1 down the coast of California. And that was wonderful. Seeing all the ocean cliffs and stuff at your right. And the mountainous stuff to the left. It was just awesome. It was absolutely awesome. Oh yeah, those are the days. I'd love to go back there. I would love to go back. Carefree as a kid. Were you carefree as a kid, or did you have a lot of things you had to be worried about? I hope you were able to be carefree as a kid. Every kid needs that. Every kid needs that. You have to have a place that you can call your own, a place that you can build memories, a place that you feel safe. As long as I was with my parents, I felt safe. Yep. As long as I was with my parents, I felt safe. I realize that not everybody can say that. And I wish that for everyone, though. I wish they could. Wish they could. How was your childhood? Did you get to drive? Oh, I've been to Mexico. Been to Niagara Falls, Canada. With seminary, we traveled to Ghana, West Africa. That was a really neat trip. Where else did I go? Colorado. We didn't get to Montana. We didn't get to North Dakota. We didn't get to the deep south, like Mississippi. New Orleans, Louisiana, things like that we didn't get to go see. But I went to Busch Gardens. We went up and down the Jersey coast, done some lighthouses, a lot of historical sites, as well as the funny sites like world's largest ball of string, something goofy like that. So yeah, there's that. Maybe I have everything, maybe I don't here. Yeah, they've gone to the darks. Medium dark. Any more darks in here? I pretty much kept them down to the bottom. Those are the teals. Alright, I think I'm ready to start shuffling these along from dark to light. I don't know where did my tray go. Anyway, you know, we've had some great vacations, and I keep thinking, and I've scrapbooked all the places that, like, we've been, because that's how I remember everything. I wouldn't remember half the stuff I do if I didn't have those journals, those memory journals and albums and junk journals and stuff. And went to different places in Pennsylvania. I was in Indiana with a youth group. And Wisconsin. Flew into Wisconsin with the youth group. Beloit, Wisconsin. They like to call it Wiscousin because of the amount of cows and cheese. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I keep teasing too that it's a hedge against Alzheimer's. All my scrapbooks and pictures and memories and things that when I feel stressed or anxious, what I do is I think about one of my favorite places, the Grand Tetons. Oh my gosh, they are glorious. I'm going to share an image from that I go back to with the Grand Tetons. I think you'll enjoy it too. It was a place called the Cunningham Ranch. Let me know if you know this, place. Cunningham Ranch is at the foothills of the Grand Tetons. I think it's in Colorado or Wyoming, probably Wyoming. And there's a crystal glacier lake at the foot of the mountain that reflects the gorgeous mountains down into them. And around that are aspen pine trees and aspen trees, firs and pines, and they soar straight up in the air, but they're not higher than the mountains. And you view this from the vantage point of like a prairie, and in that prairie section there was a little ranch. Early settlers, these were like from the 1700s, late 17, early 1800s. These travelers decided that this ranch is where they would stay. And it was just two small rooms with windows cut into them, with the breezeway over top of the two. And looking out this woman's kitchen window, it wasn't a kitchen, there weren't any furniture or whatever around there, but I figured one was a sleeping area and one was the eating area. And you look out the window onto this vista of the pine trees, of the crystal lake, of the reflection of the mountains in the lake. Eagles flying across the sky. Snow-capped mountains. It was the most beautiful, awe-inspiring scene I've ever seen in my life. And on the other side of this cabin were holes everywhere where these prairie dogs would pop up. Prairie dogs that were used to people popping, around, and they weren't really afraid of us, but it just, wow. Wow. I remembered that. It made such an impression on me. I remembered when I went to an art class one time, we were supposed to make a picture out of just blacks and grays and whites, depicting something we would see out a window. So I knew exactly what I put, and I didn't remember offhand. I didn't think that I'd remember offhand like where the highest point of the mountains was, and how they would be up and down and different levels. But I did that. I did the lake vista, and I did the mountains, and the tall one in the middle, and I think was on the smaller was on my left, and the medium height was on the right of the larger area. I think that's the way it went. And I remembered exactly when I went back that home and saw a picture that I took when I was there. That was the exact setup of how the mountains were in this lake. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it made such a big impression on me that's that I can still go back there in my mind right now even. It's a huge hedge against anxiety when I can just take some deep breaths, let my anxieties float away like leaves down the river, and remind myself of that beautiful place that I love to be. I was awestruck by Yellowstone. I was awestruck by the Pacific Ocean and the cliffs. I was awestruck by loads of things in nature. and the people you meet as you travel. And how wonderful it is when you get home, when you finally make it home. That's pretty awesome too. So anyway, all right, now I'm going to keep working on these blues. Well, I'm going to work on these blues, and I'm going to get them done. I have company coming, and I want to be able to vacuum the floor before she gets here tomorrow afternoon. So I hope you can join me. This week, I want you to think of your favorite place in the world. Oh, these trucks going by are just awful. I want you to think of the place that you feel safe, the place that you love to be, and tell me about it. I mean, you can write in the comments below just the name of the place, or a little bit about it, or where you've been on vacation, where you feel the most relaxed and free. You can let me know if you haven't had those experiences before, and if you want me to take you on some more mental journeys to the different places that I've been, because I have tons of stories from all the places I've been, and I can take you on imagination walks if you'd like to go. Let me know down below. Remember to like and subscribe if you'd like to hear more from my channel. And also, if you want to be part of the upcoming contest, I have so much stuff to give away that I could hold monthly giveaways. But I want to reach some milestones of membership before I do. So, if you'd like to be part of those milestones and the giveaways to come, I invite you to like and subscribe and get your friends to join and listen and comment, and we will be on our way to having lots of drawings, lots of prizes given out. I hope you can join us. I look forward to seeing you again. Many blessings this week. Bye-bye.